Well, apart from the fact where we need two lovers to actually, stand in the middle of the scream and screaming rather nice words at each other. Going like, well, I'm dead now. Well, I'm dead too. Yeah, happy end for everybody. Yeah, Shakespeare. Not the best of storytellers, if you ask me, because, well, his stories tended to end in a somewhat bloody manner all the fucking time. But hey, at least he could put it into nice words. Guess you have to give him that.
Poor stupid Laro.
Oh, right, actually, he's dead, isn't he? Oh, yeah, he was in a duel, and I stood at the side and was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna get involved.
My intelligence speaks of agitated whispers in the Valera household.
Oh, I have a question, little one. If you have intelligence in the enemy's family, why do you send me out to do all the footwork? Do I have questions?
But do not waste my day with trivialities.
So about this void?
Doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions.
Well, it seems like a giant waste of resources.
Doesn't it? This is no surprise to me.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. It is quite obviously, if the two families that are basically the main sponsors, either in manpower and finances, to this whole operation, are constantly bickering with each other, to the point of actually attacking each other and hindering each other in doing their jobs, it seems like a giant waste of resources for everybody involved, with no clear-cut profit in the making.
Fortunately, Attello has fewer resources to expend than I do.
No, actually he has more in the way of manpower. You just have more money. Which means you can hire more people, technically speaking.
More pleasant subjects, I hope.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about their plot.
And don't leave me in suspense. I learned from one burglar. That's actually what we did, didn't we? Yes. Named Perza, that there's a plot to break into your vault. The sickle of a smile spreads from cheek to cheek. Now we know enough to sidestep this particular trap. Here, your deserving pay.
I mean, 1,500 copper for basically telling her, like, I heard from the thief on the street that somebody's trying to rob you. That's okay. I'll take it.
We allow this heist to play out as intended. We will watch as our enemies walk into a trap. This will be the end of the Valera's short, ignoble reign in high society.
Why not just go over there and slaughter them all, if you're that willing to murder their people?
It may well come to that. But until then, we have cause to be discreet. I would prefer not to make our dealings with the Huana uncomfortable.
Well, this is a bit of a moral dilemma, isn't it? On one hand, I hate getting involved in such a messy situation. Even then, choosing sides in this conflict seems like a giant, stupid move. Like, a really giant, stupid move. And then again, I am a mercenary soul at heart, and they are bankers, they have money. More than they apparently know what to do with. I guess it would be more profitable to side with them. I always like the idea that things do not just come in black and white. Let's play it a bit grey, shall we? We will not outright, do anything, but I'm with you. Where do we get started?
Speak to Captain Villamy. You will find him downstairs in the vault.
This is going to end up somewhat bloody, isn't it? Then again, we are a stranger in a strange land, and the one thing you need more than anything else in this whole wide world, much as it saddens me, is money. Hey, look, my formation works again. Might be an old thing, way back when, from when people still played Baldur's Gate. Actually, they still do. The same people actually still play Baldur's Gate, so nothing has changed. And you learned about, standard idea of having someone heavily armored in front, Which was a pain in the ass, because if you actually decided to play your main character as a mage or something, yeah, you would quite often find yourself in a very uncomfortable situation where your mage would be out in front of the enemies, and that was, oh, that was fun. Can't really, you know, advise people to start their first playthrough of Baldur's Gate with anything less than, you know, at least a multi-class story or something, because they're gonna get fucked somewhat harshly. But yeah, ever since then I've been somewhat uncomfortable if not someone with a heavy sword of at least plate armor stands in front. For rather obvious reasons. Bluff or inside? I rarely use bluff. So let's push inside and the next time you get bluff. Oh yeah, that one. Actually, neat little thing. Rapid casting, that would be rather good. Far casting. Actually, let's get those two. Because technically speaking, a cipher does still cast. It might not necessarily seem like normal casting, but yeah. It's how the story goes. Now, of course, we're gonna make a nice little quick save before this particular nonsense is going to start rolling in rather brutally. Because I assume there's going to be... I would like to say they're best and brightest, but they're quite literally using foot sloggers in the worst kind. Now then, you're the captain? Yes.
I take it that Sally clued you into the plan?
Not really. Blurry lines running down this guard's face speak the years of duty and command. He scrutinizes you with a cautious, if friendly expression. Basically, he's like, you wouldn't rob us, would you? Of course you wouldn't. Or would you?
You will wait in the shadows of the vault. We will bring up the rear with reinforcements.
Shame, that.
Care to elaborate?
See? Captain strokes his chin and frowns it, instead of head.
Only thing preferable to a plan so simple be going up the rear myself.
And he's like, why do we work with these people? See, Seraphin, you make a really bad first impression of our group. Maybe a good time to, you know, shut it up with all of your piratey nonsense. So, what do we do once the Thieves arrives?
We do what comes naturally.
Okay, for a guard that protects something that's probably going to be murdering everybody involved. I get it.
Sally wants this handled cleanly and without loose ends.
Which is a nice way of saying you want us to murder every last bloody bastard. Okay, I'm not against working for my money. But that's really not much of an elaborate setup that we are doing here.
I am sure that the thieves as well prefer direct confrontation over the alternative.
So, what's in the vault anyway?
A modest sum and a few cobwebs. We've relocated most of the wealth and valuables.
Shame that.
Relocated to where?
Good question, Shorty.
Beyond your reach, lady.
I see you don't trust us, which is, well, I guess if you've been in the guarding business, especially for valuables for a long time, a very reasonable reaction.
Even if we're getting the drop on these Valera scum, I'm not about to stake a client's fortune on our success.
Oh, why not just kill him now?
We cannot arm Otello with any indictment against the Bardatos.
Okay, politics, I get it.
If he told the Juana that we struck first, we will all end our days in the gullet.
Well, I'm ready. Let's get this party started, shall we?
I don't intend on losing any good men or women tonight.
Which means, in, you know, proper speak, he is going to hang back with his man while we do the dirty work. Which is basically, you know, a very clear-cut position he's taking there.
My guards will keep a low profile and watch out for the Valeras. Be sure you do the same.
Sure. Oh boy.
Merla! Hitzali is sharper than she lets on if she knew we were coming.
Bitch, please. The fucking birds screamed from the rooftops about your little thieving plot. Quite literally, a random thief in an alley knew what you were doing. Don't even try to pretend that you are good at what you're doing. At least keeping secrets is not your strength. I mean, quite literally. That's how we learned of this plot. If we can learn this by basically beating up some random people on the street, I'm pretty sure people with an assload of money can do the same, even more peacefully. What's with this random... What's with this random guy just walking in? He's like, the thieves are here. We're here. And he's like, yes, I will stand in the middle now. And now I'm going back. Game logic.
Surrender now, and I offer you mercy. I make no promises that I'll follow through.
You know, that's a good way to get them all riled up. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Lay down your arms, please. The odds are in our favor.
The odds can turn when you're distracted by too much talk.
Okay, that was sloppy. Just sat down. As I'm pretty sure you aimed at the chest with an old pistol. It's probably gonna get a dent. Poor guy.
For your life.
Oh, she got cut off. For your lives, boys! Okay.
After him.
Da-di-da-da-da.
All thick, worth and raw.
And now, where is my beloved? Actually, wait. Chain lightning. Oh, that sounds like a really nasty spell for this situation, doesn't it? Okay. Got quite a few dead people already. Okay, that was over a lot faster than I thought it would be. Okay.
It's a good thing her aim was about as shaky
excuse
as
me.
her plan. Go on and head up to it, Sally. She'll want to hear what happened.
Some help you will.
Get out of here and report to it, Sally. We're done.
Just making a reasonable statement here. You really have been helpful. Yes. Well, I guess I wouldn't take too kindly to me to just opening that. Anything else you want to say?
A pleasure working with you.
No trouble at all.
You didn't sound too pleasured about my particular involvement, but, well, I guess, maybe, potentially.
I don't be supposing we can swapped in sparkling, Cap.
I wonder if they will have an issue with me just walking in here. Apparently not. Let me close the door behind me. Would be a true shame if somebody were to steal all of your little valuables while nobody's looking.
I don't be supposing we could swapped in sparkling.
I suppose we will actually just see the stuff. Nothing wrong in there, don't go in there, nothing is missing. I have not just, you know, robbed here while you went looking.
I don't be supposing we could easy breezy, wet and sleazy.
The good thing is actually I can still just, you know, open every bloody lock I want and nobody is actually going to take an issue with that for some mysticistic reason. As usual, game logic is amazingly entertaining in its own little ways. Like, hey, what is that guy doing? You know, the little one in your group. Him, oh, you know, he's a bit of a sickness. When he sees a closed lock, he needs to open it. Just close it again afterwards, will you?
Poor stupid Laro.
Now, we did all of our jobs. Now, how much money can we get this time? Tell me, talk to me, woman.
Ostinago. What fools these Valeras are to think I would not protect what is mine.
I'm pretty sure they expected that much. They just didn't expect you to actually, you know about their precise timing and stuff. That is probably where they fell a bit short.
Mela, It is the end of enough. I would see a Taro bleed for this.
Maybe you could pay me for the last job first.
Take your bounty then. There's more where that came from.
That is what I like to hear. Stable income is a very good thing. Especially if you plan to buy a big boat. You know, like a galleon or something.
Atello has led his family into their present misfortune. Kill him, and what remains of his litter of jackals will destroy itself.
Uh-huh. Now we're actually talking about getting hired for a hit.
It hardly needs to be said that I'll reward you handsomely.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say it all the same. Do we have a bargain?
Well, stating I'm no assassin is probably not a good thing. We just basically did a hit on a few unsuspecting people. I mean, it wasn't clear cut as this one, but you know, once you have bloodied your hands already, it's a bit of a moot point to go like, I'm not an assassin, I'm not a monster. It's kind of not flying. Also, as I said, you know, we're dealing in the gray areas here. You could say that there's nothing as black as an assassin. As becoming an assassin, yes, in a most direct sense, but considering that it's actually going to be in a fight where both sides are basically waddling through quite a very nice amount of money already. Gray. Let's just stay in the gray. Yes, mental gymnastics are very, very useful for this particular nonsense. It's a deal. I'll do it.
When it is done, I will make funeral arrangements.
I'm relatively sure the game would actually allow me to solve all of this nonsense in a peaceful manner, but honestly, it wouldn't really fit my character, honestly. Just from role-playing perspective-wise and how we presented ourselves in the first pillars, because this is basically the continuation of our journey. It would seem rather strange if my character suddenly becomes a outright goody two-shoes for no bloody good reason. We have been a hardened veteran of many, many conflicts at this point. And I do prefer a more clear-cut, easy direction.